Here is another synergetic Pokemon team. I call this one Whetstone's Shield. The point is that the shield Aegislash is actually going to be the Whetstone. A Whetstone is what you call the stone that is used to sharpen blades. In this case, Malamar is going to be the key Pokemon to the strategy, with the Aegislash being there as a quote-unquote scary misdirection. This opponent right here, he had an interesting setup. He seemed to focus more on having shinies than having good stats or maybe a good strategy behind them. Here's Intimidate, and that is a contrary Malamar. Some of you might see what's going to happen, some might not. There's a reason why I have a Goodra as well. This Escargot can get this Malamar going. That is a Mega Salamence. It has the Earthquake. Probopass has the Air Balloon. I saw that coming, which was actually helpful for me. Goodra is a special tank, but not much of a physical. So to help with that, I gave it a Key Berry. And to help activate the Key Berry, I'm going to do a little trick of that up next. That is a Dragon Pulse, almost into the red. And Malamar uses Superpower onto Goodra. It raises attack and defense. Goodra has the ability Gooey, which gives Malamar speed. I just did a physical quiver dance. And there's a Stealth Rock setup. As you saw in my back row, it's not really going to matter too much. I don't have a Focus Sash. It's all good. And after seeing the Gooey, Salamence decided to lower its speed anyway using that. And there's a Brutal Swing. Goodra barely survives. Brutal Swing hits the Goodra for Gooey and gives it another plus to speed. I'm now at +3. And this is a mixed Goodra, more tanky, but it goes both offensive. I gave it Iron Tail as an anti-poison move. So not poison, fairy, sorry. And I also gave this Goodra Rain Dance. It's something interesting, but you'll understand later. Actually, you might understand now. Part of the reason why is that Aegislash is afraid of fire-type attacks, so using Rain Dance lowers their damage. And I was kind of surprised. I was expecting the Goodra to be going down by now, but I think he realized that Malamar is the threat, that he needs to focus on the Malamar. And I decided to take the rest here because I really wanted to show off all the gimmicks in one battle. And one of the gimmicks requires rest here. I'm healed up. I'm at +2 or 3 superpowers. I've got +3 or 4 speed under my belt. I am fast. But since Malamar is not known to be fast initially, it is a decent to good Trick Room Pokemon as well. If they bring Trick Room, you're good. Just don't Superpower or Brutal Swing into Goodra. And Toxapex decided to use Toxic onto Goodra to get rid of it instead of any offensive attack. That's something I found interesting. In comes the Aegislash. Many players know this to be powerful offensively. And I actually messed up this Aegislash for months. I was running it physical alongside a certain move, but I should have gone special. Here's my Z move. I raised my critical hit rate, I believe, by 2. I have a 50% chance to always crit. And I use Z Sleep Talk to turn Brutal Swing into its Z move after getting the +2 to my crit ratio. Which means there's a 50% chance you can knock out a Toxapex from full health. And there's the Metal Sound. Raises Malamar's special defense, can lower the opponent's special defense. Malamar is physical, it can't really take advantage of that, but if I put Shadow Ball and Flash Cannon onto Aegislash, it can take advantage of that Metal Sound as well. The opponent uses Baneful Bunker. I had one more gimmick to run, so I did not try to beat it this turn. No Sleep Talk, another Metal Sound, and here's the final gimmick to this team. After the Black Sludge or Leftovers, right here, Aegislash uses King's Shield. Normally that lowers attack by -2. You should see what's coming. I use Brutal Swing. It hits the King's Shield. It raises my attack by 2. And then after getting that +2, it calculates the damage onto Toxapex. I just got a free 100% boost to attack thanks to Aegislash using King's Shield. This is not my best team, but it can work out. When I don't want to bring the Malamar, Lurantis is also an option. This will show off that final reason for the Rain Dance. And part of the reason why I didn't bring Malamar this time was because of the Sylveon. Dark onto Fairy is never a good idea. And a second reason was because I saw his team was entirely special. And my Lurantis is designed to be a special defender, since it does not have access to defense raising via reducing attacks. And I think in this early version I had given Aegislash the Mental Herb. Later on I tried out the Zoom Lens to raise the accuracy of metal sounds to 9%, since that kept happening. Lurantis avoided an ally's metal sound. That should not be legal. Allies should always want to take attacks from each other. Now this is a +1 special defense, light screened Alakazam versus the +2 Leaf Storm Lurantis. Who said it's too frail to play with the big boys? Aegislash's metal sound hits this time. I'm now doubled my special defense. So like I was saying, I tried to put a Zoom Lens, Mental Herb onto Aegislash at first. Then I switched to Zoom Lens. And I tried out Weakness Policy for a bit. Turns out that even at high additive damage, my Malamar doesn't do much damage on a Brutal Swing into my Aegislash and procs the Weakness Policy. Weakness Policy plus Metal Sound plus Flash Cannon or Shadow Ball. Those are dangerous. He switched in his Primarina. Probably wanted to save that for after Lurantis goes down. Bad idea. Gave me the Giga Drain. And here's Aegislash's stance change. Like I said, I had made mistakes early on. I was running this physical. There's an Iron Head. I later replaced that with Flash Cannon. And Sylveon goes down to the super effective move. 3 down, 1 to go, and he hasn't broken my starting lineup. There's Vaporeon. Aegislash, it's not very tanky. I don't want it to go down too soon. I still would like to get some plus special defense onto Lurantis, just in case that Vaporeon had Ice Beam, but it goes for the Rain Dance instead. I saw the Rain Dance and I figured, I forgot what abilities Vaporeon could have. I thought it might have had Hydration. I decided to go for the Giga Drain. It wasn't enough to one-shot the Vaporeon. And I decided to show off the last one, not thinking about its ability. Weather Ball, double damage, water-type move, which would be super effective against any fire types that threaten Aegislash after Goodra uses Rain Dance. So this Lurantis, it has Protect, Giga Drain, Weather Ball, and Leaf Storm, and is holding the Citrus Berry. I decided to give it a bold nature. Allow it to have some speed in case it gains it from the gooey Bulldoze Goodra. But the battle's now over. Okay, third battle. Another contrary Pokemon that I ran on this team was actually a Jolly Physical Superior. It also has access to the Brutal Swing. It has Iron Tail, Aerial Ace, and Leaf Blade. It was decent. It was a good surprise for several people, but it wasn't as good as either the Lurantis or the Malamar. Well, here's my lead. This time, I decided to leave my 2 setups just to see what the opponent brought. And I brought both of my contraries in the back, just in case. This was a mixed team. It had both 4 specials and 2 physicals on the preview screen. I decided to play it safe, like this. There's an Icy Wind from the Cresselia. I did not think it was a Trick Room variant because of that. Gudra's going to lose some speed, but it's a special defense tank. And I was pretty sure that Lele was a Scarf Lele. People usually run it Scarf or Weakness Policy. That was a critical hit Moonblast. I wasn't sure if that was a sign of being Specs, but it was. But just in case it was Scarf, I decided to lower the speed. Aegislash had used King's Shield, and Gudra was low, but just in case he had Trick Room, I wanted to save it. There's the Lurantis. I'm coming in. I was expecting another Icy Wind. He didn't use it. He brought in the Toxic and kept on using the Moonblast. That told me he was likely Specs. And I used the Metal Sound. I had saw 2 special attackers, so I switched in the one that was not weak to the Moonblast and used the Metal Sound on it. He switches in the Mawile. It has Intimidate. That would have been helpful for the Malamar, but since it's also a fairy type, it would have been bad. He uses Icy Wind again after seeing the contrary. Aegislash, its speed goes down. Lurantis, its speed goes up. There's a Citrus Berry. I'm gaining health back. Lurantis, it has the Leaf Storm. It's raising its special attack alongside special defense. Not enough to knock out Mawile, but that crit really helped. Another Metal Sound. Lurantis avoids. Again, why do allies have to try to avoid its allies' attack? That doesn't make sense. Mawile goes for the Protect. Good thing I was aiming for the Cresselia this time. I wanted to get some health back, and I knew that it was a tank either by defenses or by HP. There's my stance change. I used Flash Cannon. I was aiming for the Mawile, but it protected. Here's the Trick Room. Bad move. My tank is fast, and my attacker is slow. That is why this was a foolish move from the Cresselia. He has guaranteed that the slow Aegislash is even slower. I do not go for the King's Shield. I just Flash Cannon. I am super slow. He made me the fastest thing on the field. The Psychic Terrain is still up. I cannot be out-prioritied. Leaf Storm, it knocks out the Cresselia, raises my special attack even more. Next turn, I can likely Giga Drain any damage I take back up, just like with my Trapinch video. If Trick Room ended in that, Shell Bell would heal up Trapinch, whatever damage it would have taken. And right when the Psychic Drain ends, I get the double KO, forcing the Lele back in. He can't out-prioritize me anymore. At this point, I replaced Shadow Sneak with Shadow Ball. I didn't have to worry about priority. I used another Flash Cannon. Lele's down. This was a really poor decision from the opponent. He even brought in a Rock type for the Giga Drain, and even though it was at +1 speed, I still outslowed Terrakion. This was a clean win. And this is several ways you can use Contrary to your advantage in a double battle. Hope you guys can think up some battles like this one.